Jessica. Ladies and 101 Station with the Attitude Super Duper Morning Show. We got some special guests joining us in the building. We got some thespians. No school, don't get excited. I said thespians. Actors, actresses, directors, producers.
Ain't that kind of bad.
All that good stuff. But hey, they have an upcoming movie. Maybe they might have some in the movie. But you never know. But I gotta say good morning to the crew of Finding BOAZ, a new movie that will be premiering next week here on St. Martin. So, good morning, crew. How you doing?
Good morning. We're doing great. We're glad to be here. Thank you.
Just bring the mic up a little bit closer to you. Yeah, now pull it forward.
Do you?
Don't be scared. I know it's big, black, and long. Don't worry. Don't be scared.
She focus on her production.
Speaking about big, black, and long, Earl Duzong is in the building.
Oh my God.
Wow. What's up, Earl? Everything's good with you?
I'm good.
And we have Miss Jessica Rogers here with us as well. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. So let's talk about this upcoming movie. The premiere is next week, Finding BOAZ. So we have the director, producer.
The producer. The director is here.
Okay, so Earl is the director.
Yes, he is.
And Atahlia, you're the producer.
And the writer.
As well. So let's talk a little bit about this film, Finding BOAZ. Interesting name.
Interesting name. Okay, so Finding BOAZ is a film that speaks about love and romance. Of course, it has an educational component to it. We are bringing awareness to HPV. HPV is a very common sexually transmitted infection that gives women cervical cancer depending on the strain. But in this film, we are focusing on the men, because the men need to know that they can also get HPV-related cancers as well.
Okay.
So we're all about bringing the awareness. It's quite entertaining. So say, Martin, come out, be entertained, enjoy. Let's discuss.
All right. So who is BOAZ and why are we looking for him in the first place?
Well, BOAZ in the Bible is considered to be a good man. It's a man that respects women. From his lineage came the birth of Jesus Christ. So BOAZ is a man that I guess every woman would want. We are hoping that men would also want to be BOAZs as well.
Okay.
And Finding BOAZ, of course, women. We believe that women should not pursue men. But it's more about BOAZ in the film finding himself in volume 2.
Oh, okay. So there's two volumes.
There are two volumes, part 1, volume 1, and volume 2. Yes.
All right. So volume 1 is the one that's going to be premiering next week.
Volume 1, the beginning.
The beginning.
Yes.
All right. So so like you said, you wrote this film with the intention not only for it to be entertaining, but also to spread awareness, like you said, of the HPV.
Yes.
Yeah, which is is that something?
The human papilloma virus.
Right. Now, of course, when we talk about, sexually transmitted diseases here on the island, you mainly focus on, like syphilis, gonorrhea, and HIV/AIDS.
Yes.
But HPV is also something that a lot of people are not too aware about, and it's also easily contracted, right?
Yes, and also very deadly once you contract it, because if a woman gets to the higher stages, like stage 3 or stage 4, the doctor would normally recommend take out your womb. We want you to live. Let's get rid of all that part that is infected because it affects the womb, and it's very deadly.
Right. Now, is this the same virus? Because I know there's a sexually transmitted virus that men carry but doesn't affect them, but then they spread it to women. Is this the same HPV?
Yes, indeed. Because studies have been done to see exactly how it affects men. If there's a link to prostate cancer.
Okay.
But in our studies we realized that there's penile cancer, there's anal cancer, and there's throat cancer.
Oh, okay.
So HPV increases the chances of you having lung cancer as well.
Oh, okay. All right. So very, very interesting. Yeah. And these aspects will be touched on in the film as well, I'm sure.
Yes. More in volume 2, because volume 1 deals with the beginning of how everything is being moved around.
So the introduction, right?
Yes.
In volume 1, we have to provide a little bit more.
How it's spreading.
Yes,
not spreading. Okay.
And in volume 2, we go more in depth into the medical aspect of it and prevention and alternative medicines and such.
Okay, all right. We have Earl Duzong here with us, and I guess he is BOAZ in the movie.
No,
You're not?
No.
Oh, okay.
When you're long and black.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're wrong.
Interesting. So how did you get involved in this project, Earl?
Oh, well, Atahlia reached out to me to read the script. I read the script. I was like, okay, I like it. it's a subject that was never been touched before
Right.
here locally, and I told her she wanted my approval if it was something good to bring forward, and I said yes, to bring it forward.
Okay.
But she wanted me to play one of the major roles, whereby I'm playing Arnold in this production. And I was like, oh no. I said, but we'll do a casting and let's see if we can find an Arnold.
Okay.
So we did a casting, and after we did all the casting nights and everything, I was like, Atahlia, let's do this.
This part is for you.
I will play Arnold and also direct.
Okay, and you directed the film as well?
Yes, and I directed the film also.
Okay, all right. Nice, nice, nice. And Jessica, what about you? What is your role in this film?
So I'm always in the background, always in the assisting, but with Right Division Production Foundation, I'm currently the vice president. So I'm here to kind of assist to make sure that we're bringing the awareness from the foundation perspective. I was in the first film that we did, in which we tried to capture Earl, you know, in the very first instance with Mother Knows Best.
Right, I remember that one, yes.
Yeah, so I did my part, now Earl is doing his part. So, but since then, we've just been moving along and trying to build a foundation a bit more, creating awareness, particularly in youth.
Right.
And film is something that is growing on St. Martin. Of course, Earl has been a part of that industry for years, as many others, you know, Ian Vows, and we have so many others in that creative industry that we kind of need to build on it a bit more. So when my aunt had her dream, I'm here to support her. That's what family does, and here we are today.
Okay, we are here today. Now, Atahlia, now actually I remember you spoke to me about this project about a year or two ago.
Yes.
How long ago did you actually have this idea, and how long did it take you to work on it and say, okay, I'm happy with the final product?
Okay, well, it took some time to write the script because the script was just written in my leisure free time with no date of bringing it to fruition. But then in 2019, you know, we said, okay, it's time to move on.
Right.
I'm comfortable with how it is right now. I had some other people in St. Martin who does drama at schools read it as well, and they was like, yes, it is good. And I reached out to Earl. And then in 2020, we started auditions.
Right.
The pandemic slowed us down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we started filming in 2021.
Okay.
So it's been some time in progress.
Now, did you make any tweaks during the pandemic? Because I know usually during that downtime, a lot of other ideas tend to come into your head, and you're like, you know what, let me put this.
No new tweaks happened, but I'm going to tell you, the pandemic, well, how things fell apart in St. Martin with the pandemic, the film, rehearsals at the film became a time and a place where everybody could have just relaxed, let down their hair. We laughed a lot as we went through the script. We laughed. We internalized the script, we laughed, and it became a time when, you know, everybody looked forward to coming to rehearsals because it put them in a different frame of mind, not to focus so much on the pandemic, not focusing so much on the deadly effect of the pandemic, but we had fun.
All right. Now, Earl, you've been doing this for quite some time. You've been an actor and doing a number of plays and movies. Now you said that you help direct this movie as well. Is this your first time directing?
This is my first time
directing
a film, yes.
Oh, okay.
Because I did one stage production. This is my first film production.
Okay, all right. How do you feel about it so far?
For the final cut for this part one, I'm very satisfied. Like I said, it's my first time, but I feel that we will surprise people.
Yeah.
Because the gentleman who I worked with, Mr. Dennis Van Putten, he surprised me with his camera works and everything, and we put a lot of stuff. We even surprised Miss Day here with a few things to make it flow nicely, you know, because
the transitions and everything.
Yeah, the transitions and everything, because I've been in the game for so long and watching different films and stuff like that, things pop in your head and you're like, okay, we ain't gonna deviate too much from what the writer wants, but we're gonna make it flow a little easier. Right. And I feel that we did what we needed to do for part one, and we'd hope that the general public will come out and support us because it's a local film with local actors.
Yes. St. Martin product.
Yeah, St. Martin product, and you will see St. Martin in viewing also.
Nice, nice, nice. So this is part one. Is part two already done?
No, not yet.
Oh, so you guys are still
editing.
Still editing.
Yes.
Oh, but the filming is done.
Yes.
Part two.
The filming is done.
All right.
So the entire time when we were throughout production, it was to film the entire thing from beginning to end.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, bringing it out, the idea was to kind of launch last year, but we wanted to make sure it was the product that everyone was, quite happy with. So now having it in February, we're hoping that we can bring part 2, within soon. Not like an Avatar segment where we take it to 10 years.
Earl don't look like that no more. True.
So we're really working towards creating a hype now and wanting people to see it so that by the time part 2 comes around, it's like, I got to be there. There's no question asked.
Yeah. All right, because they want to see if BOAZ is finally found.
Correct.
So this should be pretty interesting.
Yes.
Now, like I said, you do have the premiere dates, and persons could come up to the premiere, which is going to be next week, Thursday?
Next week,
Correct.
Thursday, at Lee's Convention Hall is our grand premiere, gala premiere. We're going to dress up, we're going to walk on the red carpet, we're going to have fun.
Okay.
So, St. Martin, if you did not get your ticket as yet, please come. For businesses who are thinking of getting a table, please call us, give us a call. Come support us.
All right. So tickets are available via the K-Band app. You can get it there.
Tickets are available via K-Band, or you can contact anyone from the cast for a ticket as well.
All right. So the premiere is going to be at Lee's on February 2nd.
Yes.
So persons can come on out. What's the cost of that?
$50.
$50.
$50, yes.
But Suppa, we know people like to hear prices and then assume.
So why get exactly
$50. Let me
$50 for a movie?
But they ain't understanding because this is not Caribbean cinemas. We at Lee's Convention Hall,
Okay.
Mr. Root's local space, where he supported us and this whole thing, so big up to him too. But the idea is you have local actors, we have local venues which we showcase in the film, we have the right people in the room. When you sit at that table, you at a table like you by the Oscars itself. So catering on deck by M&D. Of course, you have Lucinda and her crew at Nubik will be on site doing their thing. Come out. We ask people to come out. Sweet Pan Entertainment, you name it, we have it.
Right.
It's not only just the film, but the right people, the right food, the ambience. So $50 don't even touch that experience,
Okay. All right, Jessica.
So you really gotta be there.
I'm there. I'm definitely there. So what time is the premiere? Or what time do the gates open for people to get
Doors
there?
open at 6. Doors open at 6, and we're going to have show time at 7.
7 o'clock.
Yes.
Hard 7 o'clock, huh?
So that's next week, Thursday, February 2nd, over there at Lee's. Make sure you check it out. Get your tickets by the K-Band app.
Forgive me. Living life